Hey, how is it going, everyone? My name is Tom the Mystic, and welcome to Corpse Party Book of Shadows, Episode 4. And this is really going to be the last video before I go away for a summer holiday for a week or two. No, in the last video I said so, but I had a bit of time, and the day I stopped uploading I just thought, may as well upload two just to make up for it a bit. So let's end it with a Corpse Party episode, because I just love this series so much. That intro you see in my first episode is just so deep. Anyway, luckily, using this emulator, I can travel right back to where I was. Once I finally did, though, I almost wish I hadn't. The sight before my eyes had washed away what little hope I may have had. What? The earthquake had completely caved in part of the floor. It was no longer possible to continue down this hall, no longer possible to trail Seiko. If I hadn't been cowering from the can't say cowering in my accent, you have to say it with a Y. I hadn't been cowering from the earthquake only a few feet ahead, I'd be dead for sure, swallowed up into whatever the hell lay down there. I knelt down by the edge of the hole and peered within. It was too dark to tell for sure, but if what I thought I saw was correct, then the ceilings in the school were unreasonably high. To make matters worse, it seemed like the floor directly below had fallen as well. I didn't dare consider just how deep this pit might go. All I knew was I couldn't risk falling into it. Shivering in terror, I pulled myself up. What do I do? Can I get around it? I have to hurry. I definitely had to hurry. If I didn't, Seiko would commit suicide. Oh, how wrong you are, but there was still time. I was determined not to let it happen. No matter what, I was going to save her. I was going to change her horrible fate. Hey, what? Huh? Now what the hell is going on? No way! Oh, this is too cool. Okay, so I guess when I see something I want to click on, then I click on it. But what was it saying? It was saying for a PSP the L button is for the map, but seeing as this is different controls, I have no idea how to get up the map. Well, this isn't good. Ah, Q. It's Q for me. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's see how far we can go through, huh? This is really incredible. This is awesome, okay. Let's have a look in the nurse. Oh, I guess this is the infirmary, huh? Meh? Meh. I don't like this place. The infirmary was where I'd been attacked. I didn't want to stay there any longer than I had to. That horrible sensation of my body being overcome by that hair-like mist was something I never hoped to experience again as long as I lived. Anyway, let's see what we can find. There's a photo here. I haven't seen him yet. The paper was cracked and warped in various spots, and the picture itself was in black and white. Clearly, this was not a recent photograph. It was just a simple shot of a man, looking directly at the camera. It had a formal air to it, as if it were used for an arranged marriage interview. What? That is the last example that would come to my mind. I'd just say a school photograph. I wonder who this is. Was he the man who worked at this desk? Or a family member, maybe? Interesting. There's a pair of scissors in one of the shells. Its blades are stained with blood. Let's see if we can find the matches from the little steam heater over here. Come on. Space heater, that's it. Space. But it's so full of ash, you'll probably never light again. No. Meh, come on. No matches for me. There's a large number of bottles lined up on the shelf here. Each one of them seems to be packed tightly with small chunks of unidentifiable meat, and the smell suggests they've been here for quite a while. Okay, so let's get the bloody hell out of here, I guess. Let's check the lab. Oh, there's some way to speed this up, wasn't there? Ugh. Oh. The surround sound, I hate that. Ah! Stop it! Don't. That noise. Oh, that fly noise. I have surround headphones. This is awful. There's a mess of blood and entrails in the wall, as if someone were launched from across the corridor at tremendous speed and splattered on impact. The smell's positively vile. Seiko had commented on it before, but it was really hitting me now. Every breath I took was triggering my gag reflex. It was all I could do not to vomit again. Oh, shut up, fly. Okay, reload past. Yes, the door to the science lab is frozen in place. It's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. So is this the door here? Yeah, no problem. That's weird. I'd like to see what they mean by that, the way it's just like a model frozen in place. But anyway, let's have a look up here, eh? I just always like to keep track of my bearings, you know? As I wandered through the darkened corridors, every hair in my body was standing at attention. I had goosebumps from head to toe. Felt like a fog of unease was swirling around me with each step I took. And that fog was growing thicker and thicker, to such an extent that I began fearing the darkness might swallow me whole, and I'd cease to exist. I could feel my sanity slipping away. I didn't know how much longer it could hold out, and I was starting to lose patience. I just wanted to get it over with. Fear was like a slime covering my entire being. No matter how much I wiped, I was only squishing it around. Well, details? It wouldn't come off. I was stuck fast. So bloody specific. I walked around aimlessly, calling out Seiko's name. By doing so, I think I was able to dull my senses and just barely maintain my grip on reality. Seiko! Where are you? Please answer me. I wasn't thinking straight. I wanted to apologize. Huh? Up ahead, I swore I saw light glinting off something. It looked, for a moment, like a web of sinewy strings stretched all across the hall. Ah, wires. I slowly crept forward until I could confirm that they were, in fact, strands of wire. Gently, I reached out a finger and touched the closest one. Ow. Yow. I pulled my hand away. Looking down at it, there was now a very fine, clean slice right in the tip of my finger. What? Nothing is that sharp. Tiny red beads were beginning to form. Those beads just kept getting bigger and bigger as I watched, eventually swelling into one another and forming a single drop of blood. That is not what it looks like in real life. And that drop quickly became too heavy for its perch, began wending its way down my hand towards my wrist. Piano wire? No, it's a little different. I couldn't believe it had cut so deeply from just that one faint touch. Had it been sharpened? How can you sharpen wire? It really stung. If I hadn't noticed those wires strung up across the hall and had just kept walking, I shuddered to think of what might have happened. Death not from malevolent spirits, but from a mere booby trap. Who could have done this? There was definitely a planned malice behind it. I could sense an ill will in the air and began to tremble. Was someone watching me? Even at that very moment? Was someone just waiting for me to fall into their trap and die so they could gloat about it? Yeah, this place sure does fuck people up, doesn't it? Is someone there? Hey! It was like an unconscious shout. I couldn't control myself. I was scared, and whoever did this was heartless. I just couldn't let it go. Stop this! Please! You're scaring me. Don't do these things to people. A bevy of negative emotions began swimming around my head. I suddenly realized I was crying, and I knew that this corridor, with its web of razor-sharp piano wire, was effectively impassable, at least for the moment. I need to find some way to cut these wires, or some means of disabling the trap at any rate. I decided to go back the way I came, and search the rest of the school for answers. Hell of a lot of talking in this game. Search mode. Oh, you don't use the mouse. Wish you could. This cursor is pretty damn slow. Actually, nah, it's alright, it's alright. So, impassable hall. Okay. Let's have a look. Eerie music. The door to classroom 3A is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall, can't be opened. Yes, really. Smudgy, blood red lettering reveals getting close to the darkness is one way to learn the truth. This whole place sits close to darkness, after all. Jeez, looks like it's slap fuck in the middle of the darkness, isn't it? Tell me I'm allowed to go in here. Yay, no dialogue. Why about that? Let me in. Ah. Fine, map time. Search mode. Meep. Soul, burned my waves of energy. Pay tribute to the god in this house of Shinozaki. It's a bit confusing. Why did they make Sachiko Shinozaki have the same name as, Ayumi Shinozaki? Because sometimes you just get confused. Purified by the flames of hell, judgment passed in the great beyond. The following words were scrawled on the blackboard. Your friend is a traitor. You're going to be killed. Run. Oh, that is interesting. Is this a message to Seiko? Almost seems like it, warning her about Naomi. This shouldn't have been here. It wasn't on the board when I first got here with Seiko. Somebody had to have written it recently, but why? To create a rift in our friendship? Oh, it was to Seiko. I didn't know if it was a person or a ghost who did this, but whoever it was a terrible thing to do. This was all starting to get to me. Is somebody in here? Stop harassing me, whoever you are. I order you. I can't take this anymore. I just can't. Running away. Opening a door. I didn't even know whom I was angry with, but make no mistake, I was seething. I was probably really close to my breaking point. I ran out of the room, never even pausing to wipe the tears from my eyes. Search mode. Let's have a look. What's my darkness at? 21%. Okay, no problem. Oh, hey, what the fuck? Oh, right, yeah. Wrong button. No, I'm sure there's something else we can gather from that room, just because I read that blood crap. Don't run back out, Naomi. Good girl. Nothing here. Anything at all. Be very useful to me. No? They really haven't put a hell of a lot of work in this, have they? I mean, the rooms are nice, but there's not much interactables. Already read it. Let's go. Come on. Where am I? So, let's have a look at 1A. Oh, piano wire. There's yet another piece of piano wire in this room, seemingly razor sharp like the others, but only one. I could avoid it easily with some care. Sure you want to? Pull the lever. What is this thing? In the corridor. Ah, my leg is so itchy. In the corner of the room sat an antiquated. How do you say that? Mechanical device with a lever attached to it. It prominently featured two wheels with spools of translucent wire coiled around them and projected out towards the ceiling in a perfect tight line. Could this be the source of the booby trap? Pull the lever? Well, obviously, who can go through life without pulling a lever, eh? Or a big red button. Either's good. That's a pretty big lever. I wonder if it'll even move. Good. The machine was old, and the lever was rusted, so it wasn't going to give without a fight. I could rattle a little, though, so I figured I had a chance. Exclamation mark. I did it. Huh? It's gone. The piano wire, it's gone. How did you get to the piano wire? She'd have to jump over to get to the lever. Pull the lever? Nah, we're fine. Okay, I'm sure this episode has gone on long enough. And that is it for a week or two. Thank you so much for watching all my videos that you have so far. I hope you enjoyed episode 4 of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. I am going to finish this game, and why is she holding Seiko in her hands anyway? That is not a good sign. But anyway, stay tuned for the next episode of whatever I make whenever I make it. Have a nice summer, everyone. Bye!